Hello. So today we had a vote and we had two stories. One was Turkey Claus and the other was the Christmas Tree Wish. It was a draw, so you get both the stories. So this is the Christmas Tree Wish. It was early on Christmas Eve morning when the snow began to fall, cloaking the rooftops and gardens and landing lightly on the branches of the last few Christmas trees at Nether Willow Garden Centre. "Not a moment too soon," whispered Penelope Pine, and she stretched out her branches wide, sending clouds of snow dust into the still dawn air. "Just in time," murmured Douglas Fir, and he reached tall toward the sky, sending a snowy waterfall cascading downwards. "At last!" boomed Cedric Cypress, and he coughed loudly, shaking snow from his needles. Still deep in his dreams, little Bruce Spruce snoozed and snored under the warm white blanket of newly laid fallen snow. In his dreams, children hung bright red baubles and silvery stars on his branches. "Wake up, Bruce Spruce," whispered Penelope Pine. "Wake up, Bruce Spruce," called Douglas Fir. "Wake up, Bruce!" bellowed Cedric Cypress. Slowly little Bruce began to stir. Then, as his dream faded, his eyes opened wide to a sea of glistening white. "It's snowing!" he shrieked. "So it is," said Penelope Pine, "and there's no time to waste. Today is our last day to find a home for Christmas." Bruce breathed in deeply, ready to shake off the snow and show his branches. Then, with all of his might, he puffed out. The snow didn't move. Well, he breathed in again, more deeply, and puffed out one more time. But still, his branches stayed covered in snow. Finally, he took one last enormous breath and... But now his head was spinning. "Help!" he cried. The snow's too heavy and I'm all dizzy. How can I show off my beautiful branches if no one can see them?" "Don't worry," said Penelope Pine, and stretched out and poked Bruce's trunk hard with one of the branches. Little Bruce's tree trunk trembled and a few clouds of snow dust fell to the ground. "I'll help," said Douglas Fir. He took the deepest of breaths and sent the howling gale in Bruce's direction. A huge curtain of snow dropped from Bruce's branches. "Last bit," boomed Cedric Cypress, and he bowed forward and brushed the rest of the snow away. "Phew! Thank you," said Bruce, feeling the warmth of an early morning sun on his shiny green needles. But then, "Oh dear," said Penelope Pine. Oh no," whispered Douglas Fir. "Oh my," murmured Cedric Cypress. And that's when Bruce saw two broken branches halfway down his trunk. The longer he stared, the more ugly and broken they seemed. Little Bruce swallowed, trying to blink back his tears. Who would want a Christmas tree with a broken branch? "Don't worry," said Penelope Pine. "None of us is perfect. Why, just look at this bump in the middle of my trunk." "She's right," said Douglas Fir. "Just look at my silly bendy top." "He's right," said Cedric Cypress. "My branches are much longer on one side when I turn. You see, I'm all lopsided. Besides," he said gently, "you're still a beautiful tree." Bruce smiled and nodded. He couldn't make his empty feelings go away. All day long families came to choose their Christmas trees. "Cheerio, good luck all," said Penelope Pine. "Needles up," said Douglas Fir. "You'll be fine. I can feel it in my branches," boomed Cedric Cypress. As the sun went down, Little Bruce began to shiver. All of the other Christmas trees had been sold, and he felt very alone. "Oh, how I wish I could find a home this Christmas," he said with a sigh. Then, to make himself feel less sad, he closed his eyes and thought about last night's dream. "I found one," said a little voice. "It's perfect." "It's so sweet," said another. "It's just like me," said a third young voice. Little Bruce's eyes snapped open to see the 3 round faces beaming up at him. "It's beautiful," said the lady standing behind them. Little Bruce's tree trunk filled with warmth. "I think you found a perfect match, my love," said the kindly tree man. "Merry Christmas, all." "Merry Christmas," said the children. "Merry Christmas and thank you," whispered Bruce. Little Bruce Spruce's Christmas wish really had come true. The end.